Hello, welcome to Avalon Robotics. Today we're going to be continuing on in our tutorial series. We're building upon the previous station that we had, and we're going to be showing how to create 4 robot targets and do a synchronization to the virtual controller and doing a simple pick and place routine. So let's jump in and get started. Okay, so building upon the last tutorial of how we created a virtual controller, we're now going to add some robot targets to that and actually make the robot move around. Before we do that, I haven't talked any about libraries, and I wanted to show, for me, I have created over 600 different libraries of various geometries that I use over and over again, or that I used one time but I thought maybe I'd keep so that I could use again in the future. Today we're going to be able to come in and import in a demo cart that I have, and this demo cart sits in front of the robot, and it's a really nice cart. It's actually a welding cart that I have in my shop, but it works out really well. You can see it imported here as a demo cart. I actually have some things hidden, but some clamps that are clamping down a piece of wood with some nails on it, just for some things that I've been playing with in the back. So I'm going to hide that, but we're going to jump in right now, and we're going to just show that our robot is sitting here over the top of this cart, and we're going to go through and create 4 robot targets. So easy, super easy way to create robot targets. I'm going to filter. I'm going to want to move my robot, so I'm going to be able to click on my robot. I don't want this because this is actually going to move the base frame of the robot. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that we're able to actually move the TCP of the robot. And if you look, this is actually just moving the robot itself. So I can move it in any orientation, any position. What you want to be careful of is you can grab the plane in the gizmo, and the plane will move it in an XY. Right now you can see that I have on the filter the snap edge. I could do snap, object. If you shut that off, then it won't actually snap to any of those positions, and you can just move it around. So let's come over. We're going to come over to a random spot over here. I'm just going to raise it up, and we're going to teach a position right where it's at. So I move the robot into position. Now I'm going to come in and teach a target. Over here in the window on the left hand side, you can see layout, paths and targets and tags. Path and target. Here's our robot target that we created. We're going to create 3 more of these. So come over, raise it up, teach that instruction. We're going to move it over, teach another one, and move it down, and let's just teach another one there. So now we have 4 robot targets that we taught. If we want to see the robot actually at those positions, we can click on View Robot at Target, and when we click, it will snap the robot to where that target is at in the orientation and configuration of that robot target. So super useful to be able to do that. Sometimes you do want to shut off. So I suggest that we rename these. So I'm just going to rename them RTP1, RTP2, and what you'll see is I always name data in the program with the prefix of what it is. Robot target is RT, tool data is TD, zone data could be Z, velocity is V. Just keeps it a little bit more in order as you're looking through your rapid code. Okay, so we got 4 robot targets. Very good. We know how to actually see the robot at those robot targets. And now what we want to do is we want to be able to take those robot targets and put it into the rapid code or into the virtual controller. So I'm going to select all 4 of these. I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to add to a path, to a new path, because I don't have a path yet. Add to a path. I'm going to name this path main. Oh, sorry, I already have one in here, so I'm just going to come in and I'm going to name it main, and then I am going to right click again, synchronize to rapid, those 4 robot targets. What that did is I just put 4 robot targets into the main, but I actually created move L instructions for those 4 robot targets. And by default, down here on the bottom right, you're going to see the move L command. Default is V1000, Z100, tool 0, work object 0. So when we go over into our rapid that we just did, you're going to see that we have V1000, Z100, tool 0, and work object 0. So we just created a main procedure, and in that main procedure, we have 4 move L instructions that are moving to each one of the robot targets that we just created. So if we come over to our simulation window, we can now just run that, and that robot just went through and followed the path or executed the rapid code. Very good. So now what we want to do is we actually just want to create a pick and place. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to modify the rapid code, which it's a lot easier to modify the rapid code inside the rapid editor than in the station. So as you can see, all that I did, we go from P1 to P2 to P3 to P4, and then we're going to go back to P3, P2, P1. And so that robot is just going to move in one direction and then move back into the other direction. So we can run that, and you can see that it just did that. And sorry, when you edit the rapid code, you have to apply the changes, okay? And if you look here, let's see here, let's just go in. Now you can see that there's an apply, right? And apply, you can see that the shortcut is Control-Shift-S. So you're going to see me not actually go up here and apply. It's always just Control-Shift-S, and that just applied it. It went down here, no errors, and we're good to go. Okay, so now I guess if we wanted to, we could just add a simple while loop here. While, and we're going to come in and add this, while true, do this, move these up inside of that while loop. And now we have something that's just going to continuously go back and forth. So I applied them, going to go to the simulation window, and now it's just going to go back and forth. And I can see here that on this virtual controller, I actually have it running super fast. And I'll get into options later, but just real quick here, I'm going to go to the file menu, to options, to simulation clock, and I'm going to shut off as fast as possible here so that it actually runs the speed at which it's going to be running in real life. So at V1000. So there you have it. You have a RobotStudio station now. The tutorial station now has a new cart in it. It has 4 robot targets in it. It has a rapid module that has a while loop with the pick and place routine, if you will, put into the main loop or the main procedure. Super simple. I hope you enjoyed it. Next time we're going to do a little bit more. Maybe we'll actually pick an object and place an object to be able to show how you can do that. But that's a very simple way to be able to create 4 robot targets, synchronize them to the virtual controller, modify the rapid code in the virtual controller, and be able to run the simulation to be able to show the robot move. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe to this YouTube channel so that you can see the other tutorials that we're going to be presenting.